Hi, welcome to She Spice. In the event that you all thought we had revealed every one of the bodies in Diddy's wardrobe, well then, I got some quite hot tea for you. See, for a really long time, there has been hypothesis about Diddy taking out Nipsey to additional his own plan. However, that is not the most terrible of it. Clearly, he could have utilized Lauren London to get everything he could possibly want. And I realize it seems like people will express anything as of now. Yet we got Puma right and her gun of truth spitting current T realities, and as per her, London took care of business for Diddy HEC. She kept on working for him even after he put his hands on his sister, not to fail to remember that she was really close with Cassie, so there's a high opportunity that she was in on everything. So how precisely did Lauren and Diddy set up Nippy? And is Lauren actually a plant we should figure out on an American symbol? She simply didn't make it. And when that fell through the following thing, you realized she was in knit bed. Now you net. To sit up there and discuss it wasn't all what it was hit for. And you need to discuss this. If you marry a you seat up, you don't get nip passing the hip. Bounce craftsman died on Spring 31, 2019 at 33 years old, abandoning 2 children. Nip passing sent shock waves all through the business. However, as loved ones struggled with distress, there was one inquiry that frantically required to have been addressed. How could it happen? Well, an examination was opened, and as per reports, Nippy was taken out in the parking area outside the store, the long-distance race, and it was anything but an irregular demonstration of savagery. The one who pulled the trigger was, in all honesty, Eric R. Holder, an ASPR specialist. He arranged the marking in advance, yet how do they have any idea about that? Well, Holder shot Nippy multiple times, and he made a point to kick the rapper in the head prior to escaping. Better believe it. That certainly seems like the activities of somebody who needs to dole out a retreat. Ibution Hold was immediately captured and set before a terrific jury, and that is the point at which it was uncovered that Holder and Hussle experienced childhood in a similar neighborhood. Hell, they were indeed even piece of similar pack. The moving 60s thing between them were fine until Hussle found out about Holder being a narc. That is the reason Holder visited him to clear things, yet things took a unfortunate development. Well, that is the authority story. Jaguar Wright enters the image as indicated, aided by her Holder. Isn't this what individuals ought to be consuming in the raised area? You see, as per Panther Nippy, it was set up by Lauren, who was really working for Diddy D. Every one of your mysterious gatherings with Diddy, and you all realize that they put Lauren on him. Lauren London used to sing Foundations for me some time ago. You didn't have a clue about that. Omar proceeded to play for Jay-Z after I left my band. Omar Edwards got Lauren London onto American Icon, which put her in a position to meet Nippy, and afterward she unloaded Omar, who cherished her frantically for Nippy. Out of music, no place, AO skin music parties. All of the help that Sneak has for Honeycomb has been moving out the way Sneak purportedly. However, you up when you with NI. You all up when you moved him, far removed on the grounds that he was going to give Dr. Saw to the world once more. Very much like Lisa, left RL just attempted to do damn approach a long time back. You all a sack. So on the off chance that we accept Panther's words, London got with Nippy subsequent to leaving a relationship. And she didn't do it for love. She did it on Diddy requests, who needed her in that position since he needed to keep a tight chain on Nippy. Jaguar Wright likewise dropped the name Dr. C wasn't the chief maker of Nippy's collection precisely, and believed him should remain away from Dr. Sa's work blind. It was a visually impaired partnership that rescued his killer from prison. And for what reason is that significant? Well, as per reports, Nippy was dealing with a narrative about Bowman's preliminary, otherwise known as Dr. C. Now Nippy. Likewise, Nam dropped the regular healer in his track Blue Bands 2 from the 2018 collection. Triumph Lap he rapped, they killed Dr. C. He was showing well-being. Yet after Nee's passing, the narrative never saw the illumination of the day. Scratch Cannon vowed to carry on the upside work, yet we've never seen him follow through on that commitment. So we should postpone that discussion for some other time. How about we discuss Diddy and Nippy winding up in a similar circle? How did that occur? So Diddy wound up working with Nippy on his last collection. Triumph Lap, evidently Nip went dependent upon him, requesting to be coached and stuff. And Diddy being the hero that he is expeditiously concurred, Oh, with the late extraordinary Nip Long Live Nip. He like you, man. I believe you should like you know. Tutor me. You understand what I'm talking about. Nip had no self-image, so you understand what I'm talking about. Like Nip said to me, I maintain that you should coach me. You realize I need to get on land. I need to get it. I believe you should show me all you realize. I mean, like your business mysteries, you understand what I'm saying. I resembled you at whatever point you got questions pulled up, and afterward, on his last Alma, individuals don't have a clue about this. Someone attempted to snap me, yet I fixed it. I really am one of the leaders of Nipsey Hussle's last collection. Triumph Lap? Better believe it Triumph Lap. So many individuals don't have a clue about this. We inspired them to transform it on Wikipedia. Someone over at the Mark attempted to forget about my name. However, he came to me and said, I maintain that you should be a piece of assisting me with wrapping up this collection. Thus, I was a piece of not simply the records I was on with him on his last collection. He resembled you. I'm a major fan now. The inquiry is the manner in which I nipped to get the balls to ask Diddy for help. Well, for what valid reason didn't you hear the response directly from him? Lauren, no. I'm not saying Lauren acquainted me with Puff. I mean, I knew Puff, but notice the unpretentious falter not too far in the middle of conversational things. Goodness, stand by no. He didn't, or did he? Or did he was it was to a greater extent a individual relationship after you know up. We was at Cassie birthday est at who birthday you heard it. We were at Cassie's birthday FY. This was around the time Cassie was being hauled into those oddity offs. With Diddy and I don't know whether you all know yet, Lauren was really close with Cassie some time ago. On the off chance that you saw one, you will undoubtedly see the other too. They even battled together for a portion of Diddy's organizations. Presently we'll get to Lauren in a piece we should adhere to Nip and Diddy. Until further notice these two work together. And the recordings we got from these two teaming up together, well, very much we should simply say they were super Sues. It was all rooms and drinking. It puffed like a Quincy Jones, or like an Barry Gordy, or hip jump. So I truly felt as I followed through with something exceptional. With the music collection, simply pay attention to each record he gets. Me his contribution on what could make the records that he remarked on all the way exemplary, and simply arrive at their full notification how those shots were from Diddy's home and not the studio. And I'm certain how you all recall how Lil Pol's live-in circumstance with Diddy while dealing with his collection turned out for himself. And afterward, there's the way that Pinch gave the collection to Diddy, essentially fit to be delivered. C. Puff is credited a ton on the collection converse with me. Pretty much how that relationship came to be showed, no doubt. Well, first, I co-delivered that last record to insane goodness. Definitely, so you realize. I got cut another check that part business, better believe it. Yet definitely you realize Puff, I brought the collection of Puff. When it was the point at which it was essentially done, just got his criticism played. It start to finish simply needed to see what he assumed he resembled its room on these records to keep on. Delivering he like you, heard it that collection was at that point, done it was at that point total, and completed in a real sense. One of the main things that got added to that collection was the damn woodwind on you full on rap the flute, that was added on rap that was played on the keys that wasn't even played at Diddy's home, that was keys played by his homeboy, yet for reasons unknown Diddy saved it underway for quite a while, deferring the arrival of the collection house. Could he do that well as indicated by certain individuals? This is on the grounds that Diddy needed to slap his Mark's name on the record. He might have quite recently wrapped it up with one melody, however. Rather, he assumed command of the whole collection, and a few people figure he did it since Terrible Kid wasn't doing excessively hot at that point, and Diddy accepted Nip might have switched things up for him. Now we should discuss Panther Nom dropped Lauren as one of Diddy's laborers. Lauren, after thinking about how Cassie and Lauren were generally tied at the hip, a ton of fans believe that Lauren was working for Diddy. After all, hell, a few people think she was in on the oddities too. I mean, you're letting me know she was that nearby with Cassie, yet she never realized what was happening in secret. Better believe it. That is a stretch. One individual remarked, they as of now say, Puff got about 6 affirmed bodies. Don't allow me to put on my tinfoil cap and figure out he has an association with Nip too. I just thought LL was the it young lady at the time due to the ATL film. Now it seems okay. She was important for the oddity offs. How about we be genuine? She hadn't worked much and was never anybody's Angela Bassett, and they are insanely costly, so pay needed to come from someplace like another text style referenced. A few groups get around puffed, then become very profound or strict to the fact of the matter. It's essential for their image. Lon Craig Macintosh Sparkle Pam from Complete, yet here's where things take a go for the more regrettable, as per a few reports. Part of being on Diddy's finance implied that Lauren was in on the alleged arrangement and was utilizing frantic celebrity to arrange the things that they asked for. Because the simplest method for disposing of them is to place someone in there. Subscribe She Spice for more videos.